Brand is not what you say. Repetition equals recognition.
I was starting to share too much of things that were not going to profit nor help my dream client, my audience.
So that means that 90% of your audience is not watching your content. My check 1212, my check 1212.
I am so excited because this video is going to teach you one thing. And that one thing is how to live rent-free in your ideal client's mind. After this video, you are not going to overthink what you need to post. You are going to have the strategy, and not just the strategy, but the full recipe. So make sure that you stay tuned, turn off all your anything that's causing distraction. Let this be your time. We won't take much of it. Are you ready?
I'm super ready. I'm extra ready. I hope you guys are ready. Write this down, grab a pen, grab a piece of paper, write as much information down, because what is written is written. We're about to drop some bombs. We're about to blow your mind with this knowledge, with this information. We will be sharing like steps, actionable steps, because that's the way that we roll. That's the way that we love to do it. So let's rock and roll.
Let's rock and roll. And let me tell you guys right now, for those that are new, my name is Nevette Ramos. This is my husband, Jason Ramos, and we have built multiple 6- and 7-figure businesses in different industries, niches, and now we teach female entrepreneurs exactly how to do that as well. Learn how to digitalize your expertise and become ultimately profitable. Live a life that you get to live happily every day without being confined to your business. That's what we are all about. So now let's get started. I do want to share a story, and it has to do with the first 6 months of this year. The first 6 months of this year, we were talking about one thing for 6 months, guys. Okay. And what was that one thing? That one thing was our Miami mastermind.
We just hosted, by the way, a month ago.
Well, a month ago, right now, when they're watching, look at the date, a month ago to the date.
Yeah.
But point is that we just did it. And after we did it, mind you, every single day we were sharing this clear message. A lot of our YouTube videos at the end had call to actions for this event. A lot of our YouTube shorts full of that message. Our Instagram page, every post was talking about it. Our emails, every week we were talking about it, reminding people about it. And guess what? At the end of the 6 months, after those 2 days, people, so many of them were in our emails, were in our DMs, were even texting me. People that have my phone number were texting me that they had no idea that we were doing this. People that read our emails.
Mind you, I'm sorry, baby, mind you, when we started posting, the pictures from the event, the reels from the event, is when we started getting these emails, these messages with people like, I didn't know you were hosting this.
When's the
I would
next one?
love to be there,
And then that's when I realized, damn, there was only one person that got annoyed from that message, and it was me. And if I get annoyed at repeating the same message every day, I did that for 6 months, I can only assume, and I know, that you get annoyed of your message just by repeating it 3 times.
Think about it. Think about that for a second, because that's probably you. You are overthinking what to post because, I already talked about that last week. Maybe I already talked about that this week. Oh my God, like people is gonna get tired of me posting the same thing over and over and over. I mean, I know for a fact that that you've been there. Like, but I'm gonna post that again. Like, post it, because you will get tired of your message way before that your audience hears.
Yeah, before your audience hears it. So you know what happens when...
Yeah.
Good job.
Thank you. Here's it.
So you know what happens when you start guilt tripping yourself on repeating the same message every day, you start wanting to get creative, like I did. However, I have a team. I have a full team. We have, how many people are in our team? Over 10 people are in our team that communicate and work this brand every day. With that team, with my husband, I have a 24/7 accountability coach, guys, okay? So it's hard for me to derail on the message and the vision, but I did, because I'm just human, and I'm also a woman. And guess what? A woman is whole. We are more than just one message. So that's what happens. You start to guilt trip yourself, and then you start telling yourself, I have to share more different parts of me so people don't get bored. And I started wanting to talk about my skincare routine. I wanted to show some glowy results when I was in the treatment room earlier this year. I'm retired now. And that's because I'm staying clear on one message. And point is that I was starting to share too much of things that were not going to profit nor help my dream client, my audience. And that's what you're doing right now, inevitably, and you're doing it faster than how I did it. And you're completely derailing. And now you are not living rent-free in your customer's mind, in your ideal client's mind, nor in your audience's mind. And you're starting from zero every single week. So let me tell you how to change it. We are going to share with you some steps. But first off, I want to make it very clear that this video has nothing to do with being loud. Because if it had to do with volume and being loud and posting a lot, then trust me, so many people that are being loud right now would be very rich. And that's not the case. Very loud people, normally, there's so many of us that are influencers. You know your influencer friends. You see people with a lot of followings. And guess what? A lot of them are not profitable because they're sharing too much. They don't have a clear message. But by the end of this video, it doesn't matter the number of followers you have. It's not going to matter how many times you post during the week. And it's not going to matter how loud you are, just how strategic and calculated you are every time you speak. That's what matters.
Today's message is not about posting more, it's not about content, it's actually about personal brand, okay? Personal brand is not your colors, it's not the colors of your brand, it's not your logo, okay? All of those things are ingredients of your brand identity, but that's not your brand. Your brand is actually your reputation. It's what people feel, think, and people say about you when you're not in the room. Okay? When they hear the name of you, when they hear the name of your brand, okay, what they feel, what they think, what they say, that is your brand. And that's what we're gonna be talking about today, because that's how you live, that's how you're gonna live rent-free in your customer's mind, by having your personal brand so well positioned that you have a little space right there reserved just for you. When people think about, I don't know, like your business, your industry, they immediately are gonna think about you. We see, if I start talking about sodas or drinks, of course not, but chances are, and high chances are, is that how you say?
Yeah.
High chances are that you're gonna be thinking about Coca-Cola.
I was already thinking about Coca-Cola.
Because that is a very, very, very well positioned brand. So that's what we're gonna be talking about today. And mind you guys, when we are talking about that your audience gets tired, that you get tired before your audience, keep also this in mind. They say that algorithms, aka social media platforms, are showing your content just to 10% of your audience.
Yeah.
So that means that 90% of your audience is not watching your content.
Crazy.
And also, when you tire of your message and repeating what you have to say over and over and over and over and over and over, guess what? 100% of your new audience haven't heard it. All right, so keep talking about it. What are we gonna do? Make things up? Of course we don't gonna make things up. Of course we're gonna be repeating over and over and over our message, because that's what we are here to do, to share our message. Those experiences, your life, the issue, the problems that you overcame, that is your product. Of course you need to share the message over and over and over and over and over and over again.
All right. So before we get started, I really want to tell them something, because I know that you love to talk and then I can't get a word in. So guys, before we share these steps, it's so important that you pause for a moment and subscribe to our channel, and also join one of the best communities there is out there that gives it to you with no fluff. There's absolutely no BS. Every single week inside our newsletter, the link to join is in the description box. We send you 1 email a week. We never spam you. Sometimes when something important is going on, we may send you more than 1 email, but each email is promised to move you closer to clarity and prepare you for the best following week ever, every single week. We get testimonials just because of our newsletter. So imagine how abundant of information, how dense, and how truly, I don't know how else to say it, but the gold that is in there. It's only in there. We go deeper into these problems, we go deeper into these subjects. Only way to know about it is if you join our newsletter. The link is in our description box. And while you're at it, you might as well just click subscribe. So now let's get to the actual steps. Now, with these steps, it's so important that you guys just don't consume it. You write it down, you take action on it today, okay? And this first step is so freaking important, and it's called picking the problem. And you need to pick the problem that you are actually deeply familiar with, not the one that's trending. And we have our separate experiences and experiences together where we have just learned we need to stick to the problem that we are deeply rooted in, the one that we have actually fixed over and over for other people. Because if you just look at the problem that's trending, it's not going to work. You need to really audit what is that one problem that you have deeply rooted yourself in and that you've been able to help someone else in. That's where you start, okay? That's where you start.
With the step 2, and probably you guys start noticing a pattern right here. And what we're going to share right now is the one-woman business structure. That is exactly what it is. The one-woman business structure. With the one-woman business structure, you choose one woman that you want to serve, one woman that you want to help, a specific woman, aka your dream customer, your dream client, that person that you are going to feel so good serving. That's the one that you need to choose. Of course, in the one-woman business, it's one woman. So the problem that you are going to solve is usually a problem that you already solved for yourself. You're an expert about that because you already did it for yourself. So that means that you may be able to help other people with it. Okay. The second step is build from experience.
I love this one.
Everything goes hand by hand. A personal brand is not about bragging or being or acting someone that you are not. That's why I always say that a personal brand is not built. A personal brand is developed. Okay. When you build, you need to bring materials, ingredients from there and there and there. Think about building an actual building. Like for you to do that, you need to bring ingredients from here, like the steel, I don't know how do you call it, cement,
concrete.
like different ingredients, and then you build something. If you do that, you will be building from other people's experiences, not from your own experience. AKA, you will be acting someone that you're not, and guess what? You're gonna get tired of it. So that's why you need to develop your personal brand. Developing comes from within, okay? Things that you already experience. When you do that, your personal brand is gonna have such strong foundation that is gonna be basically like indestructible, all right?
I love
that. So
that.
that's the second step. Build from experience, all right?
Step number 3, and I love that step. I can actually say and argue that is my most favorite step. It's so important to build by experience because when people see you overcome it, they are ready. You don't have to prove anything. You don't have to be loud about it. They saw it, okay? They saw it. So it's inevitable for them to think about at 9:30 p.m. while they're taking a shower, eating their dinner, not even on social media, like, I should go and ask Jason about this. I've seen he overcame it, But let's go into step number 3. Step number 3 is to not just build from experience. Now you also need to give your perspective, not just information. Because like we've mentioned in our previous videos, and I'm actually an advocate about this, information has become so cheap. information is out there. Information is free. We live in one of the best times there is to be alive right now. And AI has made it so easy for you to obtain any kind of information you are looking for. The kind of information you once used to pay for, now it's absolutely free. But you know what differentiates that information? It's your perspective. That is what sets you apart from all the other women that are out also teaching the very same thing. We are not just coming to you or, vice versa, you coming to us because of the information we give. You're coming to us because we have a perspective that you align with, and your perspective polarizes you from being able to have someone look at you and see you in a completely different light than the person that's also teaching the very same information as you.
Step number 4. You guys need to talk about it, and that's why repetition is so important.
The most painful step,
we started this video with that story because it's actually like the key point, okay? Repetition equals recognition. Write that down. Repetition equals recognition. If you want to live rent-free in your dream customer's mind, you need to repeat your message over and over and over again, more than it feels is necessary. When you feel that, okay, I'm done, I'm tired of repeating the same, do it again, okay? As Muhammad Ali used to say, I start counting my reps when it hurts. Before, it didn't count, okay? So when you start feeling that maybe it's too much, okay, keep going and now start thinking about it, okay? Because that's what is needed. That's what is required. Think about your favorite influencer. Think about the people that you follow on social media. They just do that. As a matter of fact, this is our 3rd or 4th video about personal branding in this channel, because that's what we stand for here in our business, in our company, in Build the Woman. Okay, that's our company. In Build the Woman, we care about, we preach. Did that say? We preach systems. We preach systems over hustle. That's one of our mottos. Another one, you need to build your business to serve your life and not living your life to serve your business. That's another one of our mottos. We are always repeating the same things over and over and over and over and over again, because that's what we stand for. And we need to repeat it a lot in order for that to stay right there in our audience's mind. And those are just 2 examples of things that we are always repeating. Of course, we are teaching a lot and we are always preaching about the importance of building and developing your personal brand. So that's why we're doing this, which is actually our 3rd or 4th video about personal brand. And guess what? You don't need to depend on just one platform. You can use different platforms to leverage technology, to leverage this moment in life. Okay, this era is amazing. You can, with one idea, you can spread it in different platforms. One idea can become a video, a reel, an email, a carousel, and that way you keep consistency in your message in different channels. And that is actually going to be a plus in your efforts for you to start living rent-free in your dream customer's mind.
Mm-hmm. And then the very last step, and guys, all the steps are important, but this is what really builds your brand. This is what builds your reputation. And it's the experience that you provide after they've purchased something from you.
Back it up.
Back it up, baby. Back it up. Because
it's not what you actually. I'm sorry, baby, to interrupt.
You are the one that taught me about the experience. Wait, hold on. No. Before you go, every time someone invests in a product with us or in our mentorship program, he is on it like white on rice. He may not get that because he's still learning English. But he is constantly texting the team guys, did we send them a welcome message? What's up? It's been 2 minutes. Why hasn't that email been sent? We are sending automatic emails now. But he is very much, very, very, very big on what's the experience the first, 5 or 20? 5 or 20 minutes after they purchase something where they start thinking about their purchase. First 5 minutes. That's when the experience starts. It's immediately after they've made the purchase.
Yeah. So Think about this, okay? Let us see with you. Brand is not what you say, okay? What you say is advertising. Brand is what they say. And of course, if they purchase your product, they have a lot to say about you. So you need to make sure that the customer experience is top notch. You need to go the extra mile. You need to over deliver. Do more, provide more, give them more than what they pay for. And just like that, you are going to be securing that your personal brand has a very, 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 very high status in their mind. And another one of my truth bombs, you know, a good salesperson close the sale, right? But an amazing salesperson, an amazing entrepreneur, an amazing marketer build a relationship so that person don't buy just once, but that person buys over and over and over again. All right. So those are the steps, guys. It's simple. Those are the steps. And basically are steps that are kind of like similar in the one-woman business. Just in case you missed it and you missed the video, the one-woman business starts with you choosing a woman that you want to serve. Of course, you need to choose a problem that you are going to help that person overcoming. You need to choose a channel. Start with just one. Don't go crazy with 20 channels. Just one channel, one platform, one social media channel, however you want to call it. Choose one to spread your message. And of course, one offer, because that offer is actually how you are going to help that dream customer. And that is basically it, guys.
That is basically it. I do want to leave you with this one thing, and I want you to write it down somewhere. And basically, your audience does not need to learn something new every single day. Stop trying to fetch new information to teach your audience. A lot of times, if anything, all the time, your audience just needs to be reminded. Ooh. And I do not want you to ever think that reminding and being repetitive is considered lazy content.
Good.
That is actually the definition of leadership. Okay.
That is so good.
Until next time. And guys, please don't forget to like, subscribe, share. If you didn't like the video, still share it with someone you don't like. Like maybe, you know, it's like, I don't like this video so much, I'm going to send it to this person. But even more, if you liked it and you thought about how this message could also help someone that's in your circle, that's in your friend, that's one of your friends that needs to hear it, send it, share it. Click the link in our description box, join our newsletter, and really get closer to us. Proximity is king. You can watch these videos all you want, but if you don't decide to enter into that right room, you will just continue being a consumer rather than an action taker. So you decide. But until next time.
Reach, baby. Thank you so much, guys, for watching this video. See you guys on the next one. Peace out. Big love.
Bye.
Bye-bye.